You're your nutrition evangelist. I put the fun back into being healthy. I teach women how to eat to feed their body, their brain, and their soul. And today we are talking about feeding your soul because it is the doldrums of winter. And it is this time of year every year where I feel like flying south for the winter. I totally understand how birds feel about the whole migration thing, right? Now, I've got some cool trips planned for this year. In July, I'm taking my son to Debbie Brosnan's cooking retreat in Abruzzo, Italy, and we are going to love the scenery, the food, the cooking classes, all of it for 6 days. But that's a ways in the future. So I needed something a little bit closer. Now, I earned this free cruise. That's in March. That's down to the Bahamas. That's cool too. But these are big things that are going to feed my soul. In the meantime, I need to find some daily things that are going to feed my soul. And that's what I want to talk about today. I've got a perfect pairings cooking class, virtual cooking and wine pairing class coming up on March 3rd. That's going to be a ton of fun. That's absolutely a way to bring the joy into the fun and the food and the nutrition and feed your soul. And then on a daily basis, what do? I love adding different flavors to my meals. I love balancing the different flavor profiles, the salty, the savory, the sweet, the umami. And as a friend of mine taught me, when you balance the flavors in your meals, you also balance the nutrition in your meals. It's amazing how it all comes together. So, if you're maybe not as excited about balancing your protein, fats, and carbs in every meal, take a look at your flavor profiles and see if what happens when you balance those flavor profiles. Because what flavor profiles do you primarily get from your proteins? Well, you generally get the umami and a little bit, depending upon your protein choices, you may get a little bit of the savory. And then you bring in your carbs, and depending upon what you pick, it could be a little bit bitter, could be a little bit salty, could be a little bit sweet. And then of course your fats, that creamy taste. Again, a little bit of umami, a little bit of savory. And so when you balance all of your flavor profiles, you're going to be balancing your protein, your fats, and your carbs. The only thing that you need to then keep in mind is the proportions and your portion size, and you are good to go. So I want to challenge you this week to bring a little bit of that joy and feeding your soul with new flavors, with new foods, new combinations, new recipes, and then share them with me in the comments because I love to learn too. I love to try new things about whether or not this was a fun experiment or how you feel about looking at the flavors you bring into your meals. I think you're going to have a lot of fun doing it. I know that I do. So until next week, what I hope for you as always is that you live a life you love without being hungry, feeling deprived, or giving up your glass of wine with dinner. Just make it a clean, crafty glass of wine. And if you want to join us on Perfect Pairings, where we pair a recipe from my chef friend Debbie Brosnan with glasses of clean crafted wine with my wine consultant friend Lisa Gregg, and I talk about how it all fits into a healthy lifestyle, join me. The link is in the comments. Until next week, ciao.